Dave, I've noticed as we're walking along, flowers everywhere, and it's interesting because you can usually find the graves you're looking for by, those flowers. This close to Easter, we have flowers on every grave.
Everywhere. It makes it a little bit harder, doesn't it?
Everyone. I went to the grave of Tom Bosley. He had no flowers. So, yep.
Now, Tom Bosley played in.
Yeah, he was the father on. He was Howard Cunningham on
Happy Days.
with the Fonz. Happy Days.
Yeah, so he owned a hardware store, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I sure did.
Okay. Yeah. Straight ahead is Liberace. And then to the left is Betty Davis. I'll move my finger so we can focus. There we go. Hanging out today with Fred of Cemetery Adventures, my friend from Indiana. Our first stop today is Phil Vanatter. You probably recognize him. He was the lead investigator in the 1994 murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. He died of cancer January 20th, 2012. I bet you didn't know this. In 1977, he arrests Roman Polanski at LAX on charges he drugged and had unlawful sex with a 13-year-old girl. Vanatter spends most of his 28 years in robbery and homicide. Beloved father, husband, and grandfather, proud of his West Virginia roots. Hey, be sure to join up with my Facebook group, Famous Graves with Diamond Dave. Would love to see you.
Hello?
That was one of my favorite television shows. The Bob Newhart Show ran from 1972 through 1978. He would win a Golden Globe Award for Best Male TV Star. George Robert Newhart lives from September the 5th, 1929. He dies July the 18th, 2024, at the age of 94. Husband, brother, dad, friend, grandpa, poppy, and all-around funny guy. His goodness outweighed his greatness. And as you know, Bob went on to star in other television series. Next up is Marty Feldman. Lives from 1934, dies 1982. He made us laugh. He took my pain away. I love you, Loretta. Feldman was a British-born actor, comedian, and writer. He's known for his prominent misaligned eyes.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to embarrass you, but I'm a rather brilliant surgeon. Perhaps I could help you with that hump.
What hump?
Feldman was a heavy smoker, smokes 4 or 5 packs per day. He died of a heart attack in a Mexico City hotel room when he was just 48 years old. He is buried here at Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills Cemetery, close to his hero, Buster Keaton. So let's make our way over and see if we can find Buster. I'd like to give a commercial again about my Facebook group, Famous Graves with Diamond Dave. Go over there, join up. Doesn't cost you a penny. There I'll talk about plans for the channel and make some upcoming announcements. Here's Fred. Fred, Cemetery Ventures. He's going to help me find Buster Keaton. Buster lives from 1895 until 1966. He was probably the greatest stuntman ever. He's given the name Buster by Houdini because a successful stunt fall is called a buster. Man, he was brave. I can watch this stuff all day. By the way, I like to mention that I had to take the sound out so I wouldn't get YouTube copyright strikes.
Hey Dave. So right here we have an actor, John Hall was his stage name, Charles Locker. He was an actor. He starred in a film called South of Pago Pago with Francis Farmer and many others. And then just next to him is his father, Felix Locker. He held over 100 patents. He was an inventor. Later in life also became an actor.
Okay. So where's Francis Farmer interned at?
Yeah, so Francis Farmer is in Fishers, Indiana, which is just north of Indianapolis. Yep, she died there in 1970. Came to Hollywood in the 30s, was an actress. Had some personal issues. Was put in institutions for many years and came to Indianapolis and was offered a job at a local TV station to host a TV show. I was there for probably 10 years.
Have you been to her gravesite?
I have many times.
Okay. Where's she interned at?
It's Oak Lawn Memorial.
Okay.
In Fishers, Indiana.
Okay, and I'll put a picture up about right here. And I know you've paid your respects there many times.
Many
right?
times. I hold the key to the mausoleum that they keep locked.
Nice.
Yeah.
You've been there so many times.
Many times.
They just gave you the key.
They know me.
Yeah. We're now at the grave of Hollywood actor Ray Collins. Ray Bidwell Collins. He lives from 1889, dies 1965 of emphysema. He's interred with his wife, Joan Collins. Thy will be done. She lived 1890. She dies 1977. Ray Collins is best known for playing Lieutenant Tragg in the CBS television series Perry Mason. He once said that he can memorize 80 pages of a Hollywood script in just 8 hours. They say he would help Raymond Burr with his lines. Right next door is Stan Laurel. Stan lives from 1890. He died 1965. A master of comedy, his genius in the art of humor brought gladness to the world he loved. I want to bring in some footage of Stan's funeral service. I want to show you some of the people who attended, but it did bum me out a little bit with the music, but I like the ending because Dick Van Dyke is walking to his Jaguar and he has a really cool car. Oliver Hardy's about 6 miles out this direction. I featured him on another video if you check my channel out here. Now I'm going to, I think Fred is over where John Ritter is, so I'll make my way over and make a gravesite visit there. Beautiful day here at Hollywood Hills Cemetery / Memorial Park. Couldn't ask for better weather.
So we have Tilly's.
Savalas. He's across from Lincoln Terrace. Next door. Yeah. John Ritter, Three's Company. This is a big show. Was on Friday nights, Fred?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Reruns for me.
1977, I was just graduating high school. I was at Suzanne Summers a couple weeks ago. She's over at Palm Springs.
Yes. Yeah, I'd like to make it over there.
Yeah. Next on my list is Board and Chase. Writer patriot. You have to help people when they need help. I completely agree. His philosophy of life and work. He writes several screenplays. One was Destroyer, starring Glenn Ford, Edward G. Robinson, and Edgar Buchanan, a 1943 film. I haven't seen it yet, but I will soon. He writes for television as well. He wrote Write a Crooked Trail that was released November 23rd, 1958, starring Audie Murphy. Chase suffers a stroke on December 2nd, 1970. He dies March 1971. I'll throw this in for free. He ends up marrying his stepdaughter. How about that?
You find Jane Meadows?
No, she's right here.
Yeah, she's right here.
Right next to her is her unmarked grave of her husband. What was his name? I'll think of it. A little known fact, Bert Convy plays minor league baseball 2 years for the Philadelphia Phillies. He lives from 1933 until 1991. His star will shine forever. You probably know he was the host of Super Password, also Tattletales. Later, Convy teams up with Burt Reynolds, and they established a company called Burt and Burt Productions. Their first product was Win, Lose, or Draw. Yeah, her husband is Steve Allen. Yeah. He's right next to her unmarked grave. And now the aforementioned. This is a grave of Jane Meadows. She's the older sister to Audrey. She marries Steve Allen. They have a long marriage. It would be Jane's second marriage. She lives from September 27th, 1919 until April 26, 2015.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jane Meadows, alias Mrs. Steve Allen. Darling, would you like some tea?
No thanks. Do you have a little Ovaltine in the house?
No, but, well, well, let's go on from there, shall we?
I do.
What's wrong with my tea? Nobody ever has my tea.
Well, I'll take just a little cream and sugar with no tea. How's that? A cup of cream and sugar. All right?
It's different. It's different. Tell me something.
Yes.
Being married to Steve Allen must be rather hazardous at times with all those things he does on his
Judy,
show.
you have no idea how hazardous it is. I don't know whether or not you saw the premiere show that he did of this new series. Gosh, it's about a year and a half ago. But he came to me as, you know, a kind husband and said, how would you like to be on the show? And I accepted, but I said, Steve, I don't sing and dance. What can I do? He said, don't worry, just bring a pretty gown, you know, and come to the theater, and we'll do something glamorous with you. Well, I got there, and the producer started to read the rundown of what they were going to do. And he said, the opening shot finds Steve and Jane in a manhole in the middle of Vine Street. So now, ordinarily, I'd speak up and say, look, you know, fellas, I'm not the manhole type, but on Steve's show, you find yourself just going along with the gag, you know, doing all kinds of crazy things. So I went out, and I climbed down the manhole, and I had to go way down at the bottom, because Steve was be on top of me, you see, to come up first and make his entrance. Now, he's 6'3", I think it is, or 4 in his stocking feet, and I'm 5'7". So I had to go way, way down until my feet were in the water and all that, you know, that's down there. And I got down there. By the way, have you ever been down in a manhole?
No, not lately.
Well, I don't think anybody else had either, since it was dug or built or however you make a manhole. Because the rungs, there are these steel-like rungs, you know, that go like a ladder all the way down to get down there. And as I climbed down on them, they were terribly rusty. And when I got near the bottom, 2 of them broke, and I was hanging like a gorilla inside this thing. Then Steve got in on top of me, and they put the manhole over, you see, over the top, and all the cars were driving along Vine Street, mile a minute on top of us. Now, they had said we'd only be there for a few seconds, but something happened wrong with the cameras, and we were there for about 10 or 15 minutes. Suddenly, Steve made his entrance, and he started to do his opening monologue, and got tremendous laughs, and went on for about 5 minutes, and forgot about me. Now, I'm still down in the manhole, and there's gas in manholes. And I was getting, I was getting gassed. And I got woozier and woozier, and finally I heard what I thought was my cue, but it wasn't, and I came up too suddenly, and just as I popped my head out, a car came by and almost decapitated me. If Steve hadn't pushed my head right down, we wouldn't be, what is it I'm drinking? Sugar and cream here today.
Sugar, yes. That's an old manhole drink.
Thank you.
Looks like Steve gets some love.
Yeah, is that where he's at?
Uh-huh. Just to the right. Yeah. On the hunt for the mayor of Mayberry. I was saying it's Mayor Pike over here. Fred says no, it's Mayor Stoner. And of course, Fred's right again. Parley Baer lives from August the 5th, 1914. Dies November 22nd, 2002. Beloved husband, father, grandfather, and actor. He lived his life with talent, humor, and most of all, love. Now here's Mayor Stoner doing a Sanka commercial with Andy Griffith.
Something has got to be done. I just found Hudgens' goat wandering loose around town again.
Whoa, Mayor, calm down. Now just ease back and join me in a cup of Sanka coffee. It's that good Sanka coffee made from a blend of rich, flavorful coffees. And you know Sanka coffee is still 97% caffeine-free, so you can drink as much of it as you want anytime you want.
Well, what about the goat?
Let him get his own coffee. Try Sanka coffee in this nice to whole new jar. The coffee for folks who love good coffee. Outstandingly good coffee. I appreciate it, and good night.
This is a grave of Harry Cohn. He was president of Columbian Pictures. This reads, Harry, beloved husband and father, July 23rd, 1891. He dies February 27th, 1958. When he became president of Columbia, he remained on as a chief production manager. They say he was pretty tough to work with, often would hide microphones around the studio to listen in on conversations. Mo Howard calls him a real Jekyll and Hyde type guy, but he was well respected when he died because lots of Hollywood showed up for his funeral service. Tyrone Power, 1914, dies 1958.
Hey, Fred.
I know you like Francis Farmer.
Yes.
Did Tyrone and Francis have a relationship?
They did have a relationship. It's not really acknowledged, I don't believe, too well. She was once interviewed about it. She did star in a film called Son of Fury with Tyrone Power.
Okay. Boy, it's beautiful out here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Perfect weather today.
Yes. Tyrone Power. I must say goodbye to the peacocks, but we'll be back tomorrow with Fred, and we'll do more videos. We're both taphophiles. Some of you may be as well. It's not a bad thing. You can Google it. Man, look at that beautiful blue chest. Proud as a peacock. Thanks for watching the video to the end. And also thanks for going for a walk with me in this video. We believe everybody should be remembered. Side steps. All right, happy trails, everyone.